Today, for the Bitcoin price, we have major things happening for Bitcoin in the short term and in the long term. Is Bitcoin going to go to 8,500 in the immediate short term? Also, we will talk about major news, economic news straight out of Chile. The people are going crazy over there. We will talk about that and the relationship to Bitcoin, and also about on-chain fundamental indicators and what the price of Bitcoin is going to within the next month and thereafter. We have very, very special guests, Willy and CryptoFace, straight out of Bali with DavinciJ15 at the Toneway Summit. So we want to ask three most important questions of today. DavinciJ15, Willy, and CryptoFace, the lovely CryptoFace. How are all of you guys doing today, my men?
I'm doing great.
I'm doing pretty darn good, that's for sure.
Fantastic, yeah.
I already saw some alcoholic drinks over there, so I'm pretty sure you guys are doing great. Cannot wait to get straight into the content right now. So everyone watching, if you appreciate these amazing individuals in our show, make sure you go down, you smash up the like button, and you leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. What we will do basically today is we will start with the short-term price action with CryptoFace and DaVinci, and afterwards we go into the Chile news and also into the longer term of the Bitcoin price. As you know, Willy is an on-chain fundamental analyst, and we covered some of his amazing and up-to-date, like up to the exact second and up to the exact dollar price predicting indicators. We already covered him a lot of times on our channel, and he will drop his knowledge bombs to us today exclusively, and he has major things to share with us. So yeah, maybe CryptoFace, DaVinciJ15, what do you think about the Bitcoin price in the immediate short term? You already mentioned that prices of 8,500 might be even possible in the short term, and then we will get to that major point of interest, and it might be hard to break through. So what is it all about? Can you share your thoughts about that, please?
Well, let's just pull up a chart first so that everybody can see what we're talking about. And here, there you go. Can you see the chart there? Yes, no, maybe so?
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome, right? Why don't you take the lead?
Thank you. This was, I was actually pretty excited about the past 2 days. I mean, even without any indicators, we were basically at a bottom of this channel, you know, at the 7,900 range. I know myself and a couple of the folks here in Bali put in a little long, not looking for anything crazy. Our target was 82, 8,300. We were able to hit that. Now it's kind of like a 50-50, maybe 55, 60% chance we might have one more kind of little push up to maybe like 84, 8,500. Just like the past, you know, just like the past in the same channel. So not looking for anything crazy, to be honest. I already closed my trade, took the profit. But I might get back in maybe if we go down to like 81.50 or something, see if we can get lucky and catch maybe an 8,400, and we'll kind of see what everything shows next. So we're taking what we can get.
Yeah, I also saw that over on your channel. You actually had a video saying something like, this is the bottom or so. So it cannot get even more clear than that. So thank you so much for sharing that. DaVinci, what do you think about the current situation right now, about the up spike we had recently? Do you think there is more momentum to the upside, or do you think that is already a local top out and we will find some more movements to the downside?
Well, you see, I think we could probably head up to the daily 200 period moving average. But if I wanted to get in on this, I would definitely have to let it come back to the 61.8 to actually let the market come to me, because you know our rules, right?
Let the market come to you, man.
So look at that. It's beautiful. The 61.8 is right at that trend line that I've drawn, that I've drawn from here, and where we bounced off of it, and then we broke it. We tried to break above, failed a few times, and then once we broke above it, I saw this candle the other night, and I was thinking I wanted to go long, but you know, again, I don't FOMO in, so I couldn't do it. So that was that. I let it go, and now the only trade for me is if it comes right back to the 61.8. There's another. I'm working on another trading plan where I buy breakouts at the 23.8, but you know it's in a. I'm just testing it out. I haven't decided to use that yet, and basically I take the stop loss at 38.2 because when it breaks out on the 4 hour it usually doesn't break back down below the 38.2. So right now, the only trade I would recommend is wait for a 61.8 and see if it comes back and tests this trend line one more time before it breaks up to the to the 8,500 level. Right?
All right. So more or less a little bit more bullish than before, and I already can see some people like texting in the comment section, oh man, you guys changed your opinion. The reason is, if key market structure changes in the short, mid or long run, you can change your opinion also. You have the charts tell you what to do. It is not that you have a biased opinion, oh, it's only going up, and then the market structure changes and you are still in long positions. This is not how it goes, and that's why opinions can change, guys. And yeah, I just wanted to clarify that. So thank you to you both for sharing your opinion. And I mean, we all know the future of Bitcoin should look very, very bright. And I just want to put in a very small disclaimer. We are here talking about trading, but please do not put everything into a trading portfolio. I mentioned it 100 times, but it seems like no one is listening. The Bitcoin price only knows one direction in the long run. And if you are gambling all your Bitcoin away, it will not be you guys holding Bitcoin whenever we are at 1, 2, 3, or even 5 million US dollars at 100 trillion US dollar market capitalization. And Willy Woo, talking about the long term, maybe that's the best moment to go over to you. You are the long term guy. You are the on-chain fundamental indicator guy. We just held a speech over in Moscow. The organizers said it was the best speech of the whole conference. And we also covered an indicator of yours, the realized cap, the tops cap, and the delta cap. So you have so many on-chain fundamental indicators where you take data from the Bitcoin blockchain instead of using technical indicators and try to predict the Bitcoin future. And that's actually pretty accurate. So may you please share your thoughts about the Bitcoin price, maybe in the mid run and also in the long run?
Yeah, so I mean, the structure we're in is we've just come out of a series of cascading short squeezes, and the reason why we ran up from 4,000 to 14,000 is because the market was in disbelief. When we broke 4,000, everyone was short, majority short at 6,000, obviously, because there was a very strong resistance. That's got sliced through because we now have very, very large whale funds here that have enough, essentially, capital ammo to keep buying and force the price upwards to take out all the stops. And so at 6,000, we had cascading squeezes that just kept going. And we looked at what the general market is trading, and it was only at 14 that the market went long, and that's when the squeezes stopped. So right now we're in this overextended phase over what the fundamental investors are doing, well outstripped. So we're in this blow-off phase where the price is coming back to the organic phase, organic levels of where it should be. And so right now it's quite locally bearish. We're no means in a bear market. We're in a bull market, but locally it's bearish. And we're actually in a very, very boring phase of the price action. Everything on chain is saying that we're grinding. We've got months to burn before this sort of bearish, local bearish structure flips to bullish again. So I'm expecting in the next 2, 3, even 4 months, a lot of sideways movement, sideways downish. I don't think we're going to break out upwards to the next phase. The next phase will be that sort of second leg of a bull market where we've just had the wake-up call to the breakout, and the second leg is the nice spit where it's a lot smoother and we have a lot more organic investment coming in, and so that's going to put us about 2 to 3 months before the halvening. But yeah, so right now it's unless you're scalping on very small time scales, the sort of longer term swing trades, there's not a lot to be had.
Yeah. So maybe more on the shorter term where people are still trading. But yeah, I agree with you. There might be some boring times ahead of us. But what you said 2 or 3 months before the halvening, that would put us to February, March, maybe even January. So you think we will see some kind of front running again before the halvening, prior to the halvening, the price going to the upside, like maybe before the halvening in May 2020?
Well, that's not my opinion. It's just on chain. We've got this amount of time to burn before the structure can go bullish, and we're in that process of flipping from a local bear to a bullish structure. And so And it turns out it's going to take this amount of time, and that's actually coincides with the front running of the halvening, which is very apt. So that should add fuel to the fire. It's structurally right for the bull run as the halvening's approaching.
And I want to mention something, and you can disagree if you want to disagree. I think the more we consolidate, the more we go sideways, the higher the potential all-time high, the next all-time high of the next cycle might be. There are several kind of indicators pointing towards that fact. For example, the Fibonacci golden ratio, where we can see that the longer we consolidate, the more time, the 3 times 350-day moving average, for example, 3 is also a Fibonacci number, has actually to evolve and to go to the upside. And there are also several other indicators. So us going sideways, us consolidating for a longer time is actually a very good thing, looking towards future all-time high prices, and we shouldn't be sad about that. Rallying right now to the upside, maybe to 40,000, 50,000 before the end of the year would be actually something bad, because who wants only 40 or 50,000 as the next all-time high? I mean, we would sucker in so much immature money, and we can shake them out so easily. So the more time we consolidate, the more strong hands we have, and the higher we can in the end go. So thank you so much for that kind of bullish prediction. Even though it sounds very like boring, it is actually extremely bullish, and it fits very well to our the sentiment of our channel, because we are probably the most bullish channel out there. So yeah, guys, do you have anything to share like in the end before we wrap up today's episode?
Yeah, one more thing, right? But I'm sure everybody wants to know what's going on in Chile. What had happened was the government has raised the prices of public transit by 23%. And since the majority of people only earn less than $600 per month, this was basically the straw that broke the camel's back, since prices of everything has been going up in Chile. The government has been, well, basically a lot of governments around the world are devaluing their dollar, their currency against the US dollar. And this is causing prices to rise in the local economy. And it really negatively affects the poor and middle class, but the poor the most, because they have to survive on very little money. And this is a wealth transfer of large proportion, because what's happening is when the prices rise, the rich and the high-end rich, they get to raise prices first before they raise employee salaries. And so this is why why we're having this huge explosion in Chile, and I think this is coming to different locations around the world. Just like I think we had the same problem around in 2008 when prices started to rise. We saw pockets of discontent because people were not surviving on the income they had.
And is that public transportation, right? Yeah. So exactly. You know, who uses public transportation, right? More of the.
It is not the high class, yeah. It is the it's exactly the people who don't have so much money, and 20% increase. It's actually heavy. We can see that all over the world. China is devaluing their currency because they are exporting so much, so they have to push it down. They have to buy foreign currencies, sell their own currency, so the exports are getting cheaper and they are more competitive in the international market. But for the inhabitants in that particular country, that's not all too good. And you can see that all over the world. Only importing countries like Singapore and stuff, they don't have this issue. But then in the end, if you have a world crisis, importing countries also have a problem, because no one wants to export their goods because they need it themselves. So we are maybe, like in the worst case scenario, on the verge of a very, very substantial crisis, currency crisis. No matter what, it will be heavy, and one of the solutions, one of the safe havens might be Bitcoin. So always consider that, guys, when you are trading. Always consider that. Hold Bitcoin strong, because if this worst case scenario happens and if Bitcoin plays out to be one of the solutions, you want to hold them, and you won't have to buy them for millions of dollars if you even have some dollars left when this happens. So thank you so much for sharing that. That was extremely interesting for the long run. And yeah, I'm pumped to upload this episode, man. It's just amazing. Thank you guys for taking your time. Everyone who appreciates that content, go down, smash up the like button if you haven't already, and leave your thoughts, especially about the short, mid, long run, and about the economic situation right now in the world in the comment section down below. We will try to answer each and every comment within 24 hours. That being said, thank you so much for joining us. Do you have any last words to share before we wrap up today's episode, guys?
Do you have a newsletter that you
No,
publish?
I don't do a newsletter.
Okay. Okay.
I will leave like Willy, I will leave your website with the on-chain fundamental indicators down below. It's amazing stuff, guys. You have to check it out. It's all for free. It's really, really cool. If you just go on charts, there are price models. They are very interesting. And yeah, man, like CryptoFace, I will leave your YouTube channel down below. Everyone who's interested in his amazing, crazy indicator predictions, and also DavinciJ15, your lovely channel, all down below. And if you guys want to support us, there is an affiliate section with Bybit, Ledger, like all you want. Just click it. It's like for free for you. Sometimes you even get some discounts with our links. So make sure you check it out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And we will see each other at the next one of MMCrypto. DaVinci, last 3 words before we wrap it up.
Don't get wrecked.
Do not get wrecked, guys. So smash out the like button. We will see each other at the next one of MMCrypto. Bybit tutorial is popping up somewhere here. And as always, guys, as always, bye-bye.